Everybody, what's going on? It's Big for One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 132 of Winning a National Title with every team in the game. If you guys have missed any of the episodes, up in the right-hand corner will be a playlist from episode 1 to 132 and 133 because we have 3 teams left until we are officially done with college football 25. So, and technically, tomorrow, as this video goes up, or I guess this video tomorrow will be around the time of release for college football 26. So, it's gonna be a pretty fun couple days. But anywho, new episode means new teams. So let's spin the wheel. Only got 3 teams left. It's a 1 in 3 chance, and we're finishing the Power 4. We're going to Oklahoma. So that means Texas State or Nevada will be our final 2, or that means they will be the final 2 teams. But this will finish up the SEC with Oklahoma. A7 overall. Of course, not the best team in the SEC, but decent enough. Will be a little quick one, pretty much, there. And, of course, they've done really good in the last couple of years. And they did pretty decent, I believe, this year as well. I can't remember because it was that long ago at this point, but check out the coach abilities. We do have recruiter, which is nice, mostly for the defense, for D-line and linebackers. We also have motivator as well for everything for defense. That's nice. We also have architect. We also have the skill caps for the defense, including the linebackers for every 3-game win streak. And we have scheme guru, mostly for the defense. We'll gladly take it. Our offensive coordinator is an elite recruiter for the offense. We'll gladly take that, and tactician. The defensive coordinator is a motivator for the defense. We'll take that. And a scheme guru for the defense. So we'll gladly accept that. Checking out the roster-wise. We do have a 93 middle linebacker, 91 strong safety, and 88 corner. So our top 3 players will be leaving us. Our quarterback is Jackson Arnold, and he's pretty good, 85 overall as a sophomore. So we'll gladly keep him. We have an 82 halfback behind our starting one, and he's an 87 sophomore too. But we have a lot of good players, especially at wide receiver too. Tight end, we're looking decent, even though our senior will be leaving us. Offensive line's decent, just needs depth. Same thing with, actually, we do need left ends, but you have a bunch of right ends. Defensive tackle, probably could use one more. Depth, just at linebacker. Corners, we're fine. Maybe you could use some speed. Strong safety, I think we're good for now. Other safety, we're good. But we do need a kicker and a punter in this simulation, or I guess in this season. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up, and I'll see everyone at the end of season 1 here with Oklahoma. And here we are at the end of season number 1 here with Oklahoma. We go 10-2, 8-0 in the SEC. We actually lost only 2 games against Houston, who went 2-10, and Tulane, who actually went 11-1. So that one wasn't really a bad loss per se, but we beat everybody else: Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Missouri, Alabama, LSU, especially on the road. And we have to face Georgia in the SEC championship game, but we're going to be going either way. We are number 3, and they are number 2 currently. So if we can get a win here, we'll be fine, I think. We did lose our kicker. That's funny, but we did lose. So we are 10-3 on the season, but it was still a very nice season. Shadur Sanders wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,900 yards, 38 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, pretty much 4,000 yards. And we'll be playing Florida State in the first round of college football playoffs since we did lose our game. What was the score on that? Sometimes I like to look this up. We lost 48-45 in overtime. So we brought them to overtime, so it was a close game. But unfortunately, it's Georgia, so that will happen, unfortunately. North Texas, Clemson, Georgia, UCF, and Oregon were the automatic qualifiers, with Ohio State, Colorado, Notre Dame, Oklahoma State, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma, Florida State as the at-large bids. So we get a fun one here, at least with Oklahoma. So let's see how it goes. Started here against 9-3 Florida State, and they're an 87. So we have the same overall, but we have the way better defense compared to Florida State, but our offense is a little bit lower. Hopefully, we can take advantage of the defensive overall and get some stops and then hopefully get some scores on offense. starting on defense first as well. The defense gets a stop. The offense gets a touchdown. Defense, though, is allowing a decent drive going into the second quarter, and it's tied up 7-all. We get a field goal, then a turnover, and a touchdown. Florida State gets 2 field goals at the half to be down 17-13. It's still that score after a turnover. We get a field goal to go up 20-13, so we're up 7 points going in the fourth quarter. That was a huge penalty because that forced them to punt. We get a couple first downs. We get a field goal, so we're up by 10 with 3:30 to go. And then we get a 4-and-out pretty much. We get another field goal. We just cannot put them away, but it doesn't matter because it was going to be too little too late even if they scored. They scored all their points in the second quarter. We score in every quarter, and we're going to win 26-13 over Florida State. So we'll be moving on to the next round to go play Oregon as well, and that one will even be an even tougher game. But you gotta win these games to move on. It all depends on the simulation and how the sim coin flips in your favor, I guess. I don't know. But Oregon will be the next team that we got to play. They are one of the teams that normally win it all here in Season 1. But Notre Dame beat Colorado. Ohio State beat North Texas pretty handily. And Oklahoma State beat Texas A&M pretty handily as well. We got a Big 12 matchup. We got an SEC Big 10, SEC Independent, and ACC Big 10. So, again, so let's get started here against 11-2 Oregon. And they are at 87. So same as us. Same as last week again. Overall, offensive overall is on the other side, but the defensive overall is us. So again, I guess we're playing in the rain, but I guess, again, get stops on defense, score on offense. First drive of the game, we punt. Oregon gets a touchdown. So we're down already, but we do tie it up 7-all at the end of 1. Second quarter, Oregon has the football and we'll get a field goal. We also get a field goal. And Oregon takes the lead 17-10 at the half with a touchdown just before it. Still 17-10, now 17-all going in the fourth quarter. And a lot of back and forth until we get a huge interception. And we have a chance to take a lead for the first time tonight, and we do by 7 with 4 to go. Defense gets a stop as well. We're already in field goal range, but we get another touchdown. The defense comes up clutch in the second half. We put up a ton of points in the fourth quarter. And a 34-17 win over Oregon. And Oklahoma be moving on. We scored 24 points in the fourth quarter to pretty much be done and dusted there. I mean, we did force 2 turnovers in the game, and our defense really stepped it up. I mean, we forced 2 turnovers, at least 2 interceptions with Bowen and Lewis. We did force 2 fumbles and recovered both. So we forced 4 turnovers in the game. That's insane. But we'll take it. So Oklahoma's moving on. And hopefully we can just win the next game and make it to the national championship. But it just depends on who we're playing. It could be an Oklahoma rematch or an Oklahoma thing. Nope, we are going to be playing UCF in the Orange Bowl. I was kind of hoping for a Oklahoma State matchup, rivalry game. That's the word I was looking for. Notre Dame beat Georgia and Clemson beat Ohio State. So the winner of Clemson Notre Dame will play UCF or Oklahoma in the national championship game. So this will be a fun one here. But let's get started here against UCF. They are 12-2 here on the season. And they're at 83. So this time we have a huge overall advantage in every single category. But if you guys have missed it, UCF did win in Season 1 as a lower overall. They just ran through the tournament. So we shall see how Oklahoma does here. We're going to start on defense first. And the defense gets a stop. The offense gets stopped as well for ball at times. It's nothing after quarter number 1. Second quarter, we put up a touchdown finally for the first points of the game, and it's 7-0 at the half. We turn it over, but then we force a turnover. It's 10-0 going into the fourth quarter. We get a huge first down, but unfortunately still have to punt. Still up 2 scores. UCF makes it a 3-point game. But we have a couple big first downs and a touchdown with under 2 minutes to go. With under a minute, UCF does score, but we recover the onside kick, get a first down, and Oklahoma is moving on to the national championship game. So with that win, Oklahoma is now just 1 win away from having another team down, which would be pretty amazing. Be freaking awesome, actually. Having then just another 2 teams left to go. We just had a 4-star corner. I didn't know we were going after him, but sure, why not? Why not? You know? But we do get a Player of the Week awards, more than likely, for both sides, since I think we're the only SEC team left playing. And we'll be playing Clemson in the national championship game. Clemson is always a very tough team to beat. They beat Notre Dame 34-22. They also beat Ohio State by 7, 35-28. And we had to beat Oregon 34-17. Then we won 17-14. So we haven't really allowed too many points, but we also haven't really scored too many points besides against Oregon. Out here against 13-2 Clemson. And they're an 86 overall. So we have an overall advantage, but same offensive overall, and the defensive overall is a little bit different. We have that big overall advantage on that one. But hopefully, we can get some stops and the offense scores. And we're starting on offense here in this one, and the offense does not score. But the defense got a couple stops, but then a turnover might be costly. It's going to be Clemson taking a 7-0 lead after going into the second quarter. We may get 14-3, and it'll be that score at the half. So down by 2 scores, actually down by 11, and now we make it by 3. We do get the 2-point conversion. So 14-11. Defense gets a stop, but now we got to go 90-plus yards. And so far, we're in field goal range. Now we're on goal to go, and we get a touchdown. We're up by 4 with 3 minutes to go. Clemson, though, with about under 2 to go, makes it a 3-point game again. But a couple plays, and we're goal to go. That's a touchdown with 38 seconds left. 4's on the clock. And Oklahoma is going to win it all here in season number 1. The final Power 4 team gets it done. 25-21 over Clemson. And now all that's left is Texas State and Nevada. That's it. Then we're done. 2 teams remaining. We'll check out the stats, of course, before we go. But man, a very, very good season here from Oklahoma. Ends in a national championship win. And now, of course, we'll have to see how Texas State and Nevada do. But Arnold, 3,600 yards, 38 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Thompson even came in for 1 game, I think, 134, 1-1. Rushing-wise, Gavin with 807 and 4, Arnold 454 and 5, Tatum 246 and 1, and Beebe almost 100 yards, but did have 3 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Anthony had over 1,000 yards with 17 touchdowns, Burks with 929 and 7, Jalil with 763 and 8, Roberts 435 and 1, Anderson 342 and 4, and Tatum 101 and 2. Defensive-wise, Washington and Lewis led the team at 81 tackles. Caden had 13 tackles for a loss to lead the team. Jaron with 12 sacks to lead the team. Washington also had 5 picks. We did force a good amount of fumbles and recovered most of them. We did have a block. We had 3 blocked kicks on the year. We did have a safety, and we had a defensive touchdown. So a trifecta here for the defense. Kicking-wise, Keltner did miss 7 from 50. That's insane, but made every extra point. But yeah, he had 1 block, but missed 7. He was 78% from field goals. And punting-wise, we only had 49 punts, 1950 yards. I think this is the fewest amount of yards I've seen with a punter. And he only had 2 inside the 20 and 4 touchbacks. And we did not have a kick return or punt return touchdown in the national championship winning season. Anyways, that is going to end Oklahoma, and it's on to the next team. And now here we are for episode number 133 of winning a national title with every team. We're going to continue from what Oklahoma just did and get into the next team. It's a 50-50 shot. Whoever this team does not land on, the next team is the final team, and it's going to land right in the middle of Texas State. So they are going to be the second to last team, and Nevada will be the final team here for our stuff. Texas State is a 79 overall. They're one of the better teams in the Sun Belt as well, behind UL and App State and Arkansas State. So we're going to complete the Sun Belt here. And then, of course, Nevada, I'm pretty sure is in the Mountain West, will be the final team out for the whole thing. And they definitely will have their work cut out for them. But all in all, Texas State is the final team that we have to do. And we are a tactician head coach. And they've been at least decent in 2023 with 8 wins on the season there. But we got to find out who our next thing is going to be with coaching abilities. We do have elite recruiter as well, and that's mostly for the offense. That will definitely help, along with tactician, mostly for the offense as well, so that's okay. We also have a motivator head coach, or offensive coordinator, that needs to upgrade that, but he won't. He will upgrade the other things first. He also has scouting for offense, but it's fine. Defensive coordinator does have the scouting for the defense, and a lot of tactician for scheme guru, mostly for the defensive side of the ball, which will definitely help out. Roster-wise, we have an 89 halfback and an 87 wide receiver. We actually have a decent team. How are these guys a 79? Quarterback's an 86. We also have a 74 behind them who doesn't have, these guys do not have any deal breakers, so they will stay around for the whole time. We have an 89 overall halfback with an 86 behind him, but he'll be gone after this season. Burgess is a 78. Pear's a 75. We're going to need some running backs that half of them have playing time deal breakers. But have actually some pretty decent wide receivers, and just need to develop them. Tight ends are okay. Offensive line is... they need depth. D-line needs depth. Especially defensive tackles. We only have one defensive tackle on the roster for next year. Gonna need some linebackers. Mostly defense. We need to it's heavy defense and offensive line. But we do not need a kicker and punter. We actually have 2 of those, so we're good for a while. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get everything set up, and I'll see everyone at the end of season 1 here with Texas State. So here we are at the end of season number 1 here with Texas State. We go 9-3 on the season. A solid season here from Texas State. We actually won our first 7 games before losing our first one to Louisiana, who went 11-1. So we only lost by 2. We beat you all, and then we kind of went lost, win, lost, win, lost in the season. We got blown out by South Alabama. We beat Georgia State. We lost Southern Mississippi. We beat UL Monroe. But yeah, 16-14 was a rough one to lose. We won that one. We would have went 10-2, but we weren't going to go anywhere in season 1 anyways. So we're going to go ahead and advance the week, see which bowl game we're going to have, because of course we're not making the conference championship since we lost 3 in the conference. And yeah, it's a 79 overall, 80 offense, 79 defense. We weren't going to go anywhere in the college football playoff, even if we would have made it. But Will Howard wins the Heisman Trophy, 29, pretty much 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions on the season. And we'll be taking on Western Michigan in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. So we'll take it. It's a bowl game. Hopefully we can win it and have a 10-win season here in season 1 with Texas State, which would be kind of nice. But then again, we do have a lot of people leaving this year, and it's going to look very different next season with this team. So, who knows what. But we do win. Pro potential is up to a B+. We still got 6 people wanting to transfer out. Coach stability is up to an A-. Coach prestige up to a B. Athletic facility is up to a C- as well. We have 4 things improving a ton, which is very, very nice. Ohio State wins it all here in season 1, 42-31 over Georgia, with Louisiana, West Virginia, Oregon, Georgia, and Miami were the automatic qualifiers. With Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan, Clemson, NC State, and Utah. Man, Utah, Florida was 41-40. What a game. Missed extra point was the difference. But all in all, that is going to end season 1. It is on to season 2 here with Texas State. And here we are in season number 2 here with Texas State. We go 7-5 here on the season. Unfortunately, it's not the 10-3 last season, but we had a little bit of a tougher schedule. We won our first 2 games and lost the next 3, especially to Georgia. So, yeah, that was a tough one. Then we lost to Troy. Then won back-to-back. Lost to Louisiana. Won 3 in a row. And then we were hoping to get our 8th win, but we did lose by 3 to Georgia State in overtime. So, a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. 7-5 is still a pretty solid season. We're going to be going to another bowl game. Again, we're not going to be making the conference championship because we lost 3 games in the conference again. But hopefully we can be a little bit better in the offseason wise for next year. Cade Klubnik wins the Heisman Trophy, 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Pretty solid season. We'll be playing Air Force, the Potato Bowl. So another bowl game, and hopefully, we can win another one and have 8 wins on the season and have back-to-back very good seasons here with Texas State. We've already done pretty good with coach prestige and coach stability. Hopefully that can stay. I think it will, because I think our contract was like 4 wins or something like that. But another bowl win would look pretty good, and we lost. Yeah. No, we won. We were 8-5. Pro potential, sorry, I thought we were 8-4 there for a second, but pro potential goes down, conference prestige goes up, coach stability goes down, but athletic facilities improves to a C, so a couple things are improving at least. And it looks like Georgia will win it all over Oregon 38-24, with Charlotte, Arizona, Michigan, Georgia, and Clemson as the automatic qualifiers, with Oregon, Oklahoma, Maryland, Tennessee, Alabama, and USC, Kansas State as the at-large bids. So that's going to end season number 2. It is on to season 3 here with Texas State. And here we are in season number 3 here with Texas State. We go 8-4. A little bit better than last season. We actually started out losing to Texas. Then we beat UTSA. Lost to North Texas. Beat UL Monroe. Lost, win. We won 3 in a row. Lost to Troy, who actually went 10-2 on the season. Ended up being ranked 15th. Then we won our last 3 games to go on that 8-4 record. We did go 6-2 in the conference, one of our best seasons so far in the conference. We were still 1 win away. We had to beat South Alabama. I think we did. Didn't we beat South Alabama? I think we need to win. No, we lost to them. If we would have won against South Alabama, we would have made it into the conference championship game because they do split it. But all in all, again, it's going to be another nice little bowl win, or hopefully a bowl win. To go 9-4 on the season would be fantastic. We did lose out on a free safety there, but program tradition does go down. I'm guessing that matters if you win the conference championships, but it is what it is. And hopefully, yeah, that guy immediately after we lost him immediately signed with Notre Dame. It's funny. Emory Williams, quarterback for Miami, wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,500 yards, 46 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. A really nice season. We don't win any awards, but we're going to the Bahamas Bowl to play Western Kentucky. We actually just took to a national championship a couple episodes ago, so that's kind of fun. But let's go ahead and simulate to the in-season recap. Hopefully that we can get a win here, and if not, it's fine. We're good. It's understandable. But I would love to have 9 wins. That'd be nice. We did not. We are 8-5. Pro potential goes down, but coach stability improves to an A+. We love to see that. Coach prestige is down to a B, but we're still a 2.5-star prestige going into next season. Looks like Michigan, though, wins it all 30-15 over Alabama, with Charlotte, Alabama, Miami, USC, and Colorado as the automatic qualifiers. Oklahoma, Oregon, Virginia, Texas A&M, LSU, and Michigan, Notre Dame as the at-large bids. That's going to end season 3. It is on to season 4 here with Texas State. And here we are in season number 4 here with Texas State. We go 11-1 here on the season. Having to play Georgia Southern, who went 9-3 in the Sun Belt. Well, I guess overall, but our season went like this. We won our first 3 games against Ohio, Texas A&M, and UTSA before playing Michigan, which they're ranked 13th. So we're actually ranked above them now. But then after that, we won every game. We won every game in the Sun Belt. So we are 8-0 in that spot. We even beat Texas A&M. Granted, they went 6-6 on the season. UTSA, they went 5-7, and Ohio went 3-9. So we didn't have really a tough season. Besides Troy and Michigan were tough teams. Other than that, everyone else was under 500 or exactly at 500. So hopefully we can continue the streak and get another win. Because if we do, we have a chance for a bye. With us being ranked number 8 in the nation. That would be very, very fun if we could do it. We just get 500 XP, and we do win. We are 12-1 on the season. We went down to 11. So I guess we're not going to be getting a bye, even though we faced a ranked opponent. But we are still going to the college football playoff either way. But we had a guy with 10 tackles and 2 picks go off. We also had a guy with 10 catches, 131 yards, and 3 touchdowns. We'll take that. We obviously dominated. Oregon barely beat Wisconsin 32-31. So, but with us being ranked in the top 12, we are going to be going to the college football playoff. It's just, are we going to be in the first round or not, is now the question. G.J. Lagway with Arizona wins the Heisman Trophy. 3,500 yards, 41 touchdowns to 6 interceptions on the season. And we'll be playing LSU in the first round. They're ranked 4th in the nation. They did not win their conference. We won ours. What's really surprising is Miami also won theirs and are in as the 10 seed. So we got lucky that we were just able to be in the top 12 to get in. So it is TCU, Oregon, Clemson, Georgia, and Miami of Ohio as the automatic qualifiers, with Florida, Wisconsin, Notre Dame, Arizona, Texas State, LSU, and Arkansas as the at-large bids. But we get a tough one to start. Let's see how this run goes. So let's get started here against 10-2 LSU. And they're an 89 overall. We are an 87 with an 89 defense and 86 offense. So our offense will probably struggle a little bit here in Death Valley, but hopefully our defense can do pretty well and get a couple stops for our offense to try to get short field and potentially even do even better. But we're starting on defense first here in this one. Defense gets a stop. The offense gets a field goal. Defense does allow a field goal as well, and it's 3-3 after quarter number 1. Second quarter, we get a big turnover, but so does LSU, but we get one as well, and we get a field goal, and we're up 6-3 at the half. But LSU retakes the lead at 10-3 or 10-6, and then we get a touchdown to take the lead back. 3-point game, 13-10. LSU is threatening, and they will tie the game with 5 minutes to go. So far, we've been struggling a little bit on offense to find the end zone, but the defense has done a really good job. That's a big run and a couple big pass plays. We're in field goal range, and we'll kick another field goal with 1 second on the clock. And Texas State will go into LSU and win on the road. 16-13, and we're moving on to go play Clemson. I think it's Clemson was the 3 coming into this game. I think. I can't remember now, but we're about to find out. But yeah, great win. We'll take it. Wasn't a pretty win, but it was just enough to get us the win. And we'll be taking on Clemson in the Peach Bowl. That's what I thought of, but I just couldn't remember at the time. Miami of Ohio beat Arkansas. They moved on to face Georgia. Arizona beat Notre Dame, and Wisconsin beat Florida. So Miami of Ohio is going on the undefeated run. If they beat Georgia, we'd play them in the semifinals if we would win this game here against Clemson. So let's get started against them. They're 11-2 here on the season, and they are a 90 overall. So this one will be a tough one here against a very, very tough opponent. But defense needs to get stops. The offense got to find ways to score. And we are going to be starting on defense here in this one. And the defense gets a stop. The offense scores a touchdown. The defense gets a stop, and we score another. It's 14-0 after one. Another stop and another touchdown. We're up 21-0, now 28-0, 35-0. What has happened to Clemson? I thought this was going to be a lot closer of a matchup, but boy, was I wrong. We can just go to quarter. It's 42-0. We are proving to be here. And Texas State dominates Clemson 42-0. And we're moving on. We had to force a ton of picks in this game, or fumbles, something. How many turnovers did we get? We had only two turnovers in the game. Xena went 10 of 23 for 98 yards. And they had two fumbles from their halfback who went 10 for 17. And, of course, we went 9 for 62 with 2 touchdowns from our quarterback. Hawk went 7 of 74 for a touchdown, our starting halfback. And our quarterback, 14 of 17, 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's what you need right there. So we are now 2 wins away from a national championship. But again, we just got to look at the teams in front of us. You had to beat LSU. You had to beat Clemson. And now we're probably going to have to defeat Georgia. I don't think Miami of Ohio wins this against Georgia. I'd be very surprised if they do. But if they do, that would help us a little bit. But then again, we'd have to end their undefeated run. But we are going to go play, obviously, once we get the Sun Belt champions out of the way. We are going to be playing Georgia in the Orange Bowl. They beat Miami of Ohio to give them their first loss of the season. And we had Wisconsin beat TCU and Oregon defeat Arizona. Georgia put up 43 points. Miami of Ohio actually had a lead. 19-7 after the first quarter, then it was all Georgia. So I think we're going to have to do like we did against Clemson, get a couple big stops and score most of the time. So let's get started here against 13-1 Georgia. And they are an 89 overall. So again, this one will be another tough one. But just like last week against Clemson, you got to play well. You got to play good on defense, especially. You got to even play even better than probably what you did against Clemson. And you shut them out. So, but we're starting on offense first here in this one. And the offense goes nowhere. But then we get a turnover, and we're up 7-0 at the end of one. And our offense is driving again, and they put up another touchdown. Georgia gets it into our territory, but again, can't score. We're up 14-0 at the half. Second half, Georgia finally puts up a score, and it's 14-7 going in the fourth quarter, but we got a turnover at the end of the third. We were up 10 points. And Georgia makes it by 3 with 4 minutes to go in the game. That was a big third down stop by Georgia, but that was a big third down stop by Texas State's defense. We get a first down. We get another one. And Texas State is moving on to the national championship. A 17-14 win over Georgia. The defense played their heart out. And we scored that one extra time to give us the win of 17-14. Honestly, we probably would have won as well, even if we didn't get the field goal at that start, because we were driving down the field in the fourth quarter anyways. But we get the win, we're moving on, and now we are just one win away. And hopefully, we can do it right here, right now, against Wisconsin in the national championship. They beat Oregon. I know Oregon beat them in the Big Ten championship game. Wisconsin gets their revenge. They beat Florida, TCU, and Oregon to get here. We had to beat LSU, Clemson, Georgia to get here. So I think our run's been difficult enough. But so has Wisconsin's. Well, let's get started against 14-2 Wisconsin. Almost looked at our record. We're the exact same team overall. Same offense, same defense, same team overall. So it just matters on how the simulation goes here. And hopefully, we can get this win. We're starting on offense first in this one. The offense punts it, but so does theirs, and it's a defensive-heavy game because it's nothing after quarter number one. But we get a field goal to go up 3-0. Wisconsin counters with a touchdown, and they take a 7-3 lead, and it'll be that way at the half. So far, defense-heavy game. Defense gets a stop. Wisconsin got a huge stop as well. We were driving on that possession as well, but the defense forces a 3-and-out. We do need a touchdown to take the lead, but we got a punt again. Another stop by the defense. We have a 1st and goal, and we turn it over in the red zone. But the defense again gets a stop. Another goal to go, and this time we find the end zone. With 1 second to go, Texas State will officially win it all. The defense was insane in this college football playoff run. Granted, the offense was insane against Clemson, but at that point, when your defense shuts them out and then only gives up 24 points in the next 2 games against a very tough Georgia and Wisconsin team, you'll gladly take it. And the game against LSU, they were good too. But with that win by Texas State, we are officially only needing 1 team to go to complete this series and head in to College Football 26. But checking out the stats before we go, Hatter had 3,400 yards, 31 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. Jackson came in for 3 passes for 38 yards, so good for him. Hawk had 812 with 7 touchdowns. Hatter also added 680 and 10 on the ground. Mettenberger 127 and 1. Manu had 88 rushing yards for a touchdown. Pina had 18 rushing yards for 2 touchdowns. Reeves had 3 carries, 5 yards and a touchdown. Jackson ran for 2 times, 4 yards and a touchdown for himself. Reeves had 891 and 10 touchdowns. Mettenberger 724 and 7. Reddick 44 and 1. Sinnott with 472 and 2. Hendricks 368 and 6. And Evans 234 and 4. We also had Manu with 335 and 1. Defensive-wise, Chavez with 71 tackles to lead the team. Mans, I'm going to go Mans because I'm pretty sure that C might be silent. Led the team in 11 tackles for a loss. Not going to pay me enough to try to pronounce that last name, but Collins is leading the team in sacks with 8.5. Williams had 6 picks to lead the team. We had a good amount of fumbles and fumble recoveries, so we're good there. We did have a blocked kick, no safeties, and no defensive touchdowns, so no trifecta in this one. Excuse me. Our kicker. Why did our punter take some field goals and some extra points? Was our kicker hurt at some point? He had to be. He went 16 of 19 from the field, got 1 block, but ate every extra point. Our punter also missed 2 field goals as well, or 1 field goal. He missed 1 from 50. So we were 0 from 3 from 50, but made everything else besides 1 field goal that was blocked. Punting-wise, he was the only punter-wise. 30,000 punt yards, 8 inside the 20, 15 touchbacks. Not a great season. We did have a kick return touchdown, but no punt return touchdown in the national championship winning season. That's going to do it for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. It is free. It really helps out the channel. Again, final team is Nevada, and that will be tomorrow's episode bright and early as well, because tomorrow is officially the release of College Football 26, if you got the pre-order edition to play it early. So that will be fun. I'll be hopping in. Again, go vote in the channel posts. I did a little thing. I believe right now Kansas is winning, and that'll be the first episode on Tuesday that will come out. And then the week after, we'll start getting into our scheduled stuff for everything, because I got to get everything set up. And obviously I can't do that because I don't have the game yet. So Kansas will be on as of right now, it's going to be Kansas. But you still have a time until Monday to vote. So, anywho, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.